right, so I'm standing here with Steve from Avaya. His title is Technologist. Wow, that's an overarching, big, fluffy title. So
they wouldn't give me Batman, so I had to go run with Technologist. So
okay, so tell me what that means.
Because of my heritage, I've been with Avaya, I've been with our channel partners, and I was a customer before that.
Okay.
So I've seen all of the different things that we do, and I can speak to pretty much everything that Avaya brings to market today.
Mm-hmm.
So the technologist role kind of fits because I can talk about everything. I can talk about contact center, talk about unified communications, video collaboration, and the such. Every user on this planet is an Avaya user. Every person, every single human being on this planet uses our solutions almost every day.
Wow.
And I'll use almost every person. Right? We service 90% of the Fortune 1000.
Wow.
So if you've ever been stranded at an airport trying to get a flight after a cancellation, or checking on a loved one, or you're a little child calling to find out where Santa is on Christmas Eve, calling in a NORAD, our solutions were what connected you to the people and resources who could give you the help when you needed it.
Right.
And that really is the impact that we make. So every single person, or almost every single person, when they call in for help to whatever business it is, our solutions are the ones that actually give them the help.
Yeah.
But we can fix that from where it is today. You know, just because something works doesn't mean it can't be improved.
Yeah.
So calling in for help is a painful process.
Yeah.
You know, when you call customer service, I can't think of a single example where I would say, that was a great experience, I'd love to do that again.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do that again.
Yeah, right.
And it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be so painful. So we can leverage new technologies like artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, to make solutions smarter, to make them more responsive, and then we can add in blockchain to make it more secure. So this way, it just kind of feels more magical. Your wait times go down, your solutions get brought to the surface faster, so you don't get frustrated waiting for the agent to try and find what the answer is, and you get connected magically with agents that just seem to be like you. They seem to connect better with you. It's not by accident. It's by using the magic of AI and IoT and a whole host of other things to create better connections.
There's 3.5 million Avaya cloud endpoints going on right now.
Yes, we are actually the second largest cloud provider in the world today.
Wow.
And we're growing. We're at kind of the tip of the spear moment for us.
Yeah, I was going to say, because he told me 142 endpoints that are prem-based.
That are 100, roughly, we're closer to around 240 million UC endpoints around the world.
Okay.
The 90 some odd percent of those are on premise. So there's a right market for a channel partner to be looking to grow their business, because a lot of those customers are eager to begin that journey to cloud, but they're not quite, they don't see it as flipping a switch like a lot of our competitors position it as.
Okay.
Moving to the cloud is different for every single customer.
Yes.
So we say it's a journey, it's not a jump, and we act as the GPS to help them get there. So we say, what's your destination? We'll show you the different routes on how to get there.
Yeah.
And we'll basically follow your lead. So if you say, I want the direct route, I want to be like Han Solo, punch it, jump to light speed, get there as fast as possible, we can do that.
Okay.
But if a customer says, you know what, I'm a little bit more apprehensive about this, I want to go, I want to take the scenic route, we can do that too. And then as we come across traffic jams along the way, we can help route around that stuff. So if, as you're going on your journey, you find the network that you have isn't quite ready to do it, we can create suggestions and work with your agent to help you find an alternative. If you find that you need new applications to make work less work, we have the solutions that help you can kind of get past those traffic jams to get to that ultimate destination. Once you get there, you realize it's not a destination, it's a pit stop.
Yeah.
Because there's always new technology coming, and that's really where our value add comes, because we can continue that journey with you. Again, the process just starts over. What's the next destination?
Yeah.
What are the routes? And let's go.
Well, and that's an example of Avaya's ability to future-proof their equipment, because it's always going to be upgradable. There's always going to be integrations with other kinds of applications and things like that really make it current.
And now with cloud, it's not even the equipment, it's the services, and it's our R&D. It's the innovation, because we're constantly innovating and creating new services for customers that a lot of times just get bundled into their subscription. So it's not even necessarily just a constant add-on. A lot of times we've come out with this new great functionality, it'll be applied to your system on Friday, so you'll have access to this new stuff on Monday.
Yeah, that's just awesome. Okay, so why would somebody not want to go to the cloud? Because it's not happening instantaneously.
Sure.
people aren't breaking down your door to get me to the cloud. So what do you think the resistance?
So part of the problem with cloud is it's positioned as this one-size-fits-all from the cloud guys, right? It's like ice cream. The cloud is like ice cream. Some people like vanilla, some people like chocolate. Neither one of those is wrong when you want ice cream. And some people like the cloud because they like the per user per month pricing, or they like the innovation speed. I can turn something on fast. But they're not quite ready to give up full control.
Okay.
So when you look at a public cloud service from us or anybody else, it's like living in an apartment. You're one of many in a system, and there's a lot of benefits to that. This is not a bad thing. You can move in fast. You don't need a lot of capital up front to do that. And you have no need to deal with mowing the lawn or fixing the roof when a repair comes up when you live in an apartment. Same holds true with cloud. You don't have to put any capital down. You can turn service on a dime, and you don't have to deal with any of the maintenance headaches. But on the drawback side of a public cloud, because you're one of many, when something like a maintenance window comes up, we tell you, hey, this new software is out. It's going to give you all this great functionality. We're going to take your system into a maintenance window on Friday night at 2 a.m. to apply it. We don't anticipate downtime, but we wanted to let you know.
Yeah.
Well, what happens if you're running a 24/7 business?
Yeah, right.
Doesn't work out so great, right?
I know.
You can't control. Like if you say to us, hey, that doesn't work for me. Well, I'm sorry, tough cookies. You're one of many in this system, right? So that's what's holding a lot of businesses back, is they see the benefit of cloud, but they also see some of those drawbacks, and they're not ready. They don't see that the scale isn't tipped this way, it's tipped this way.
Okay.
They prioritize that control more than they prioritize that flexibility.
I see.
We can do both. So for a customer who says, you know what, I don't want to live in an apartment, I want to buy my own house.
Yeah.
I want to live in my own space, so that way I have control, and that way I tell you when to do it, not you telling me when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So with our private cloud solution under one cloud, we can basically say to a customer, we build based off of what your needs are. You have your own private space, so you have full control over it, just like when you live in a house. You tell the plumber when they come due to work. The plumber doesn't tell you when they're going to be there.
Right.
So the same holds true with this. When we come out with new software and we tell you all this great new functionality you have access to, when can we take your system into maintenance to apply it? So that right there is just a sea change for a lot of our larger customers, because they want to maintain that level of control. They're willing to sacrifice some of the benefits of public cloud in terms of speed in order to maintain that control. The balance comes into play.
Yeah.
So the biggest benefit is not technology, because let's be honest. You could put a blindfold on, walk through this trade floor expo, and walk into somebody's booth, and you're going to hear the same stuff.
Okay.
We all have cloud, we all have calling, we all have collaboration apps, we all have conferencing. There are minor differences here or there, but at the end of the day, we're almost all alike. To an agent, the biggest value that Avaya can bring compared to anyone else is not technology, but it's the customer base. We have a massive installed base of customers that are begging for upgrades.
Yeah.
So a channel partner has the ability to go to that customer and talk about all of the new functionality, and then couple that with the journey to cloud. It'll be the last upgrade you ever buy, because once you move to cloud, it's always up to date. It won't cost you anything to get new phones if you go on one cloud public, because they're included with your subscription.
Yeah.
So they're free phones, so you don't have to refresh, you don't have to buy anything new, it's all there.
Wow.
So we create the opportunity with the technology marrying with the existing customer base that helps a channel partner grow their business dynamically. That's our value. That's the reason why you should choose us over anybody else.
Yeah, I need to know a fun fact about Steve that the world is yet to know.
I don't know if there's a lot of that. If you follow me on social, you'll probably get a good dose of that. So I am a huge fan of the new DC Comics universe. I'm not as down on the Batman versus Superman film as others, although you got to watch the extended cut to really get the vision.
Okay, yeah.
But I love the new films, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. Can't wait to see Shazam. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard great things. So I'm just a huge nerd in that stuff. So that is...
That's a fun fact.
Oh yeah, there you go. It's a fun fact. It's not an unknown fact. If you follow me, you know this, but it's a fun fact.
That's awesome.